My name is Acer. Today is April 20th, 2016. I'm going to record Jacob Rivera. Jacob, what is your full name?
Jacob Ricardo Rivera.
Where were you born?
I was born in Bryan, College Station, Texas.
How old are you?
I am 24 years old.
How old were you when you first visited the auditorium?
I was 16, roughly 16 or 17.
What can you recollect of the first concert you went to at the auditorium?
The first concert that I ever went to was the Pink Floyd tribute. And I remember expecting it, to be similar to the legends that's upheld for Pink Floyd. But when I got there, it wasn't what I expected. It was still a really great idea, and it was really fun. I really had a good time.
What kind of art did you see at the auditorium?
Art, I was there for 2 art galleries, I believe, and the first one was the Selena tribute, I believe, the signing of the wall, and that was really interesting. But the one I was mainly interested in was I believe it was like the DMC 50th annual, something like that. But it was really interesting. It had a lot of neat, beautiful sculptures, really creative.
What kind of people did you see at the auditorium?
It would vary. You would see professional looking people, but it would also variety from your average, Joe. And you would see a lot of different people from different ethnic backgrounds, a lot of energetic and creative people that would go there for, multiple reasons.
How does the auditorium inspire you, if at all, to become an artist, musician, or singer?
When I first got there, I noticed it's a source of entertainment, and it's just, you understand that if there was ever a career for you that you're the most interested in, it's places like that, that you would go to, and there's multiple places, I'm sure, like that.
How many people do you think attend the events, and why?
I mean, it would really vary from, what you would be going for. Like if you're going to a concert, I would assume that a concert would be more busy. But I mean, there's multiple events, I mean, you could see hundreds of people to, small groups of people.
How do you think Corpus would be without the auditorium?
Well, honestly, I believe the auditorium and entertainment places such as are really critical, especially in Corpus, because there's really not much to do in Corpus. But the auditorium is a great source of that.
How can the auditorium further improve Corpus?
Well, as I said, you see it as an entertainment source. So gradually you would think it would branch out, you would hope that people would start, looking for more entertaining sources. It also inspires people within Corpus, leading to the next Legends of Corpus.
What are some ways the auditorium has shown to be a way to bring different cultures together?
Well, you see a lot of creative people come in, right? And it's like when you see their ideas and you see how similar and how much you can relate to them, it's hard to separate yourself, I mean, going there, you're gonna see a lot of different people from a lot of, different backgrounds, and it's just ultimately, there's always, it's always just a fun time.
What do you think about the location of the auditorium?
The location, I mean, I think it's really good because that's kind of our tourist hotspot. and it's like you're gonna get a lot of tourists, which brings a lot of names to Corpus, which is really good. But at the same time, I also feel like it could be a little bit more accessible because downtown is a little bit harder to get to, for certain people. But I still ultimately think that it is in a pretty good location right now.
Do you think the auditorium has a positive effect on the economy?
I do. I think it's a great money source. I think it's great for the community. Everybody, it provides jobs. It provides something for people to do around town. I think ultimately, yeah, it would be great.
Do you think the ticket rates for the events are priced fairly?
Yeah, for the most part. Sometimes, you'll find giveaways on the radio, something like that. But, yeah, definitely for the most part, I can't really complain. You get what you pay for.
What are some memorable things you've seen or experienced at the auditorium?
Memorable?
Hmm.
I would honestly say was, when my parents had taken me to watch Finding Nemo. That was, um, yeah.
It's okay, keep going.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was watching Finding Nemo. Um, I remember I was just stuck at the house and my parents had asked, if I wanted to go watch it, and I was just having a really super lame week. But for completely derogatory reasons, it just turned out to be a really good night for me.
How has how has how has the auditorium changed from the first time you went?
Um, well, like I said, I went when I was 16, so it hasn't really been that long. And, I mean, it's still pretty much the same. I think it would just be more modern, you know? Like, you don't see much of a change. The art also becomes more modern. Music becomes more modern. You're just seeing it slowly change along with, our generation.
How has the auditorium changed in the events that they show?
Well, sometimes you'll notice that there will be an ear for music and there will be an eye for art. It's just, it comes and goes, but it comes in kind of waves of different, what's really like happening at the time. But, yeah, I don't know if it's seasonal or not.
How does the auditorium bring people together?
Um, well, I mean, like I said, the most memorable time was going with my family, but I mean, there's so many different occasions and events that go on there, so there's just so many multiple reasons that you could go. I remember going once, also on a field trip, with other students, which but can't remember. That was a play, I believe. That was a play, but I can't remember what the play was.
How does the auditorium bring you and your family together?
I think it's a really good source of bonding. Um, they can relate to children. There's like multiple things you can do, like places you could bring your children to enjoy the art, to learn, to be inspired. Um, but I mean, also, like I said, they had things like Finding Nemo.